Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, you're so friendly. This is such a great crowd.
Hi, Terrell.
Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Terrell Cox. I am a Director of Program Management for Microsoft Endpoint Manager.
Hi, everyone. Paul Mayfield, also a Director of Program Management for Microsoft Endpoint Manager.
Hi, everyone. I'm Scott Dovey. I'm Director of the Demos.
All right.
Oh, we're so glad we have him.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So for those of you who were here for part one, we're going to do the intro framing one more time. So apologies if some of that is repeat, but we do have a lot of people who are in the room who are new for part two as well, so we want to make sure we cover some of that content. I did get a chance between part one and part two to talk to a few folks in the audience. I think there are a couple things we could help clarify this next run around, so hopefully it gets a little bit better this time too. But we'll spend, again, 5 to 10 minutes just framing things up, and then it's going to be demo, and refer you to all the breakout sessions where the content we're going to talk about here will be gone into in much greater detail. So with that, we'll start again talking about System Center Configuration Manager, the leading solution for PC management in the industry, running on tens of millions of devices. It is the majority of the commercial space is managed by Config Manager. More recently in the industry, there's been discussions about what modern management is, and I've been on site with many customers where the conversation has been, what do we need to do to get to modern management? I would say a couple years ago, the assumption when talking in those customer environments was that modern management was some alternative to Config Manager, and I think we're here to talk about how we don't believe that's the case. So if you want to know what we think modern management is, this is a slide that Brad Anderson showed in his keynote yesterday. And it's an articulation of the values that you'll get from having modern management. First and foremost, you get intelligence from the cloud coming to help you do the job of endpoint management. You get integration with security. You get help prioritizing your items. You get recommendations. We, in part one, demonstrated a set of recommendations we give you to get more secure with the secure score, or to get a better boot experience with the technology improvement score, and even to proactively remediate issues in your environment. Today, in part two, we're going to show you how we're going to connect IT security with IT endpoint management and have coordinated workflows that accomplish both of those things together in the Microsoft 365 console. But being able to help prove the impact, being able to show if we take these steps, we will save this many hours of time in our employees, and this is why IT is such a valued asset at this organization. And then having a strong partner ecosystem play. So in part one, we mentioned the thing that is missing on this list intentionally is modern management is not replacing your mission-critical infrastructure. And so our vision is that you can get the values of modern management, whether you are a Config Manager customer, an Intune customer, or both. If you are not a Config Manager customer, so this is the minority of the enterprise, we would say go directly to the cloud, take advantage of the Intune cloud management capabilities. Everything you need for all your devices is there. If you are a Config Manager customer, then you attach your Config Manager deployment to Intune. We demoed that in part one, so if you didn't happen to be there, go back and see the recording. You also have the option as a Config Manager customer to attach to Intune, but to provision all new devices as cloud only. So it's absolutely supported to have some devices that are serviced entirely by your cloud infrastructure and other devices that are serviced by your cloud and your on-premise infrastructure. And this works for both physical and virtual devices. So when you do this cloud attachment, one of the things I want to clarify is we are designing our systems so that Intune and Config Manager work together such that you can connect to the cloud without disrupting your existing operations. So all of your SCCM collections stay the same, all of your apps stay the same. You can continue to manage out of the Config Manager console. But once the attachment is done, you have the ability then to go into the Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center, which we demoed in part one, and take advantage of all the new values that bring you to modern management from that console, and you can do it at your pace. So you're getting the option to take advantage of all those values by doing the attachment, but we're not disrupting your existing operations, and we're not affecting your existing infrastructure. Which brings us to the big announcement at the conference for us, which is the new Microsoft Endpoint Manager system. This is our system that brings Intune, Config Manager, Autopilot, Analytics, all of our endpoint management tools together into one experience. Intune is the cloud infrastructure of this solution, provides mobility management. We're going to show you a bunch of the security admin experiences that are provided through this. Config Manager is the intelligent edge. Just like you have Azure services that have cloud infrastructure with local on-premise edge, intelligent edge infrastructure, in Microsoft Endpoint Manager, Intune's the cloud infrastructure, System Center Configuration Manager is the intelligent edge. And what does that mean? It means we can start to integrate the Intune and Config Manager experiences together. So in part one, we demoed having an Intune managed client with no relationship to Config Manager, being able to pull content locally from a Config Manager distribution point, as an example, right? So more and more of that tight integration, that coordinated activity across all the infrastructures is what Microsoft Endpoint Manager is about. And then other tools, our new desktop analytics offering, our new technology experience score, our autopilot over-the-air provisioning. These are all the additional values that we're bringing and investing in the cloud more and more and more. So since cloud intelligence driving your endpoint management is the foundation of how you get to modern management, you're going to see the team building Microsoft Endpoint Manager, which also builds Intune, Config Manager, Analytics, Autopilot. We're going to be investing more and more in the cloud infrastructure so that we can bring these values to all of our customers, including our customers that will continue to standardize on Config Manager. Now, everything you need also for a cloud-only infrastructure, because this was a question that came up to me in the break, is also provided through Intune. So we have customers who are deploying Intune for PC management to scales of tens and hundreds of thousands today. It is a complete PC management solution. There are some differences between the functional sets of Config Manager and Intune. Those are closing the gaps more and more every day. What you're going to see happen as the go-forward strategy from Microsoft is the choice of whether to use Intune, to use Configuration Manager, or both of them is an organizational decision based on what sort of topology you want to support, be it a cloud-only infrastructure or a cloud-only infrastructure that is enhanced by an on-premise one as well, the intelligent edge. So to bring all of these experiences together then, we go to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. It's admin.microsoft.com. Rather than try to have a console for Config Manager in the cloud, a console for Intune in the cloud, and all these things, we have one what we call Specialist Center, which is the Endpoint Management Specialist Center. From there, you'll be able to access all of your data from Intune, all of your data from Autopilot, all of your data from
Your mic's gone off. You swap?
All right, so what will happen is I'll trade with him, and then this will... Live? Ah, okay. So you'll be able to go to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to the Specialist Center for Endpoint Management. That is the Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center. And from there, access all of your data across SCCM, Intune, Autopilot, Analytics, and every other endpoint tool we build moving forward. In part one, we demonstrated SCCM surfacing its data inside Microsoft Endpoint Management console so that you could have a web-based help desk experience for troubleshooting and fixing issues that are on SCCM managed devices. Okay? And if you would like to be part of the process for designing the experiences in Microsoft Endpoint Manager, I would encourage you to go check out the URL on this slide. We have designers that are here at the conference, meeting with customers, doing focus groups, and they build long-term relationships where we bring concepts and get your feedback and bring you as part of our product development, and we'd love to have you along. So with that, that is the intro. We are now going to go through a rapid-fire series of demos. If it feels like a lot, don't worry about it. You can always come back and watch the recording later. And everything we're going to show you here is going to have a breakout session later in the conference. You'll actually see on each slide the breakout session. It's time listed as well. So if you see a topic that's of particular interest to you, you can just go to the breakout session and learn more. And with that, I'll hand over to Terrell.
Thank you, Paul. Hi, everyone. Terrell Cox, Director of Program Management for Microsoft Endpoint Manager. I'm going to talk with you about starting with iOS and iPadOS. In the previous session, we talked about the enrollment options that are available for these platforms, and now we're going to drill in a bit more about data protection. So Endpoint Manager provides a really extensive strategy for securing and protecting your iOS and iPadOS devices, including some really advanced scenarios that we've recently delivered, such as smart card derived credentials, which are useful for our government and highly regulated customers. In the previous session, we talked about the different enrollment options, the newest of which is user enrollment. And through our own testing, as well as the customer feedback that we've been receiving, we've come to recommend that you use user enrollment in conjunction with the Intune app protection policies. This really provides the best experience for your Office apps, because any app that has multiple identities where your users can add both a working account as well as a personal account, you're going to want to use the app protection policies to ensure that your work data is protected and is kept clean separation from the personal data. And then you can use user enrollment for additional options and configurations. So with that, I'm going to walk you through the enrollment experience for user enrollment. This is now in public preview.
The problems I feel.
Excuse me? Oh, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is this device is basically my BYOD. It is not enrolled for management. I've installed Outlook from the App Store. I'm going to open that up and add my account. So this is kind of the first run experience. Can we switch it over to 7? It's not switching for us. And it's just flashing. Give you the blow-by-blow on what's going wrong. Okay. So what we could do, Scott, if this isn't working for us, we could actually move forward with the admin console demos and hope that this comes back. Do you want to advance ahead? Give you one more. Okay. So let's go ahead and click through, and we will bring Paul back up on stage to go through the advanced reporting scenarios, and then we can come back and do the end user scenarios at the end. Does that sound all right?
Got to turn it off and back on again.
We're going to reboot. It's not Windows, for the record, so you know.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, well, apologies for the AV challenges here. Let me double check. Are we good to go, Scott, for the advanced reporting, or are we still trying to hook up? Okay. So, we don't have projection. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, just kind of to keep things rolling along, I'll give a verbal description. You'll have to imagine the slide in your mind while I wait for the screen to come up. One of the big investments that we're making in Microsoft Endpoint Manager is to build a really great at-scale cloud reporting solution. And we really think there are 4 main kinds of scenarios for reporting that we want to go after. One is that you have what we call an operational report. This is where maybe someone in help desk needs real live, immediate information from the service so that they can troubleshoot and diagnose something. A second kind of reporting is what we call organizational. This is where a manager can lead her team to be looking at what is going on, oh good, here we are with slides, in the environment and be able to make decisions about how the strategy is going to change or adapt or evolve moving forward. There's also the need for historical reporting, where you can look back in time, see the changes in trends, filter by different ideas and do forensics on what has happened. And then finally, there is the need to do specialist reporting. And by specialist reporting, we mean the ability to go do complex joins, bring lots of data together, define thresholds, run experiments on the data. And so we have solutions for doing all of these things, and we want to give you a taste of what those are. And these will be covered in later sessions as well. So Scott has brought up the device compliance organizational report here. And you can see we have a tenant that has 100,000 devices loaded into it. You can hover around and play with the donut and drill into some details. Can also resort based on device name. And you'll see we get a pretty quick resort happening against 100,000 devices. Can also go and search by device. So we'll search for Zoe, and it will go into the report and pull out everything that's related to Zoe at these things. So it's a real kind of an idea of the scale at which you can operate the data and the reporting as part of our experience here. So this is an example of one of those organizational reports where a team can get together, reason on the data, make business decisions based on that. Now let's show you some of the trending that we have. Clicking on trend, this is the historical reporting that we support. Again, for device compliance, we're going to pull up the compliance trends that have happened over the last 60 days. You can see how we're able to hover over the timeline, get the specific results at any given time. In real time, the statistics and metrics update beneath the graph. Now Scott has gone and filtered by iOS, so here's the specific view by platform of device compliance that's happened in this tenant over time as well. So now let's give you a teaser for how the specialist reporting looks. For this, we have integrated with Azure Log Analytics. What we're pulling up here is that because Intune is operating in data centers co-located with Azure, we're able to pump our transactional logs over to Log Analytics. This is a configuration that you opt into in the Endpoint Manager. So Scott has pulled up a query in Log Analytics. All it's doing is going to the device compliance report, pulling the count of devices that are in there and showing them in a pie chart below. So that's a very simple query, but if you've ever had any experience with Log Analytics, you know just how deep and detailed you can go, joining multiple data sets together, rendering in all sorts of different controls. And in fact, you can even do things like define thresholds and say, when my device compliance rates dip below a certain point, or if Scott were to ever modify one of the device compliance policies that I set, trigger and send an SMS alert or send an email to me so that I can take action on that immediately. So you can see really the deep, DevOps-oriented specialist reporting that we support as well. Finally, we'll show you some integration with Azure Workbooks. In Azure Workbooks, then, we have, this is the ability to create your custom dashboard based on all of that data. So we have cooked one up, again, related to all the device compliance we've been showing. And if you want to pivot or report in real time on your data in any different ways, you can see we're showing top 10 users and pivot by operating system and trending and timeline. So the ability to go very rich and hone in on exactly what are the key metrics for your organization are very, very high through this experience. So that should give you an idea of, you've seen the in-console monitoring that gives you the troubleshooting experience. We were showing that a lot in part one. Now you've got a sense for the organizational reporting, the historical reporting, and then finally the specialist reporting. Across these things, we think we have a pretty good experience and a pretty good set of tools for doing all of the reporting that you need to do. So now we'll switch gears and talk about endpoint security admin. So in organizations we talk with, there are a couple patterns that are pretty common when we're talking about endpoint security administration. Endpoint security administration is configuring your anti-malware clients, your firewall clients, your vulnerability management clients, so everything you need to run sort of the endpoint security stack. Now, one pattern we see is that you have a team that does endpoint management in IT, and they own both the endpoint management generally and the security admin. And another pattern we see is that the office of the CISO has a team that does the security admin, and they may operate products that are specifically about security agents. They're limited to only configuring the security agents. They don't do general app management. And that those, then you have a separation of roles where The general endpoint management team is separate from the security admin team. So we wanted to make sure we were able to support both of these sorts of organizational approaches to doing endpoint security admin. And so to this end, we've created a dedicated security admin node, which is part of Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And if you assign someone to the appropriate role to do SecAdmin, then when they sign in to the Microsoft Endpoint Manager console, they will see a tailored experience that is scoped specifically to endpoint security administration. So let's show you that. And we have a couple breakout sessions too, which you may have seen, where we're going to go deeper on this. Scott's pulling up. Well, we're starting actually in the Security Admin Center. So this is not Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center yet. What you're seeing here is the Secure Score. Common thing to do in Secure Score is look at what the improvement recommendations are. This is bringing the cloud intelligence to your system. There are many recommendations here. We won't go through them. But they're going to include things like turn on BitLocker, manage the encryption, deploy the security configuration, turn on the firewall, all those sorts of things. So Scott's now taking us over to the Microsoft Endpoint Manager console, and he's going to show you this is the experience that if you have the role for security administration, you're going to see right inside of Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And you can see, you can do things like configure the antivirus, configure the disk encryption, configure the firewall, and so forth. Right? So these are scoped specifically to security admin, and then you get to this console either because you're in the endpoint management team and it's part of the experience for Microsoft Endpoint Manager, or you're in the security team and you've been given the role to do this, and when you click through from the Secure Score and other experiences in the Security Center, you land in this experience to do the very same thing. You don't get full access to all endpoint management, but you get everything you need to do security administration. Right? So that's the security admin. Now we're going to walk through a couple features of the security admin moving forward. First one we want to talk about is security baselines. So the security baselines is a feature that we introduced last year at Ignite. This is the ability for Microsoft to recommend the security configuration for various components in the system. So we have a recommendation for Windows 10, the security configuration we recommend. We have one for ATP, meaning all of the things you saw in the SecAdmin Center, the defaults for the firewall, the antivirus system, et cetera. We have one coming out for the new Edge browser, and it will come with the recommended security configuration in the enterprise for it. And then coming soon is Office Pro Plus as well. So if we click back to that Security Admin Center, one of the things you'll see here is security baselines. If we click on that, you'll see we have the Defender ATP and so forth in there. We're going to create a security baseline for ATP. This is for SEC administration, security administration. We'll create a profile, give it a name. And when Scott clicks next, what you're going to see is the list of recommended settings that we have. So there are the application guard settings that are recommended. You can see the various categories that are there. And each of them, if we expand BitLocker, for example, has a set of settings that are set to our defaults. Now, if you want to take the security baselines that we recommend and tweak them for your environment, because let's say you have a different set of recommendations in your environment for BitLocker in this case, you can change those, no problem. You create a profile out of the security baseline, and then it's ready to assign out to your environment. Right? And so that's an example of the security baseline. Now we want to talk a little bit about encryption management. So for a long time, Intune has included the capability to turn on the device encryption that exists in iOS and Android and make that a part of the compliance policy in the conditional access system. We have a new set of capabilities for doing encryption management on macOS and on Windows that we're going to be talking about at the conference here. So this is managing File Vault and BitLocker. And with that, we think we have a pretty comprehensive cross-platform encryption management solution. If you've been using MBAM to date, all of the functionality you need for doing BitLocker management is included in Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And let's show you what that looks like. So back in our SecAdmin node, we'll click on disk encryption, and we'll create a policy first for File Vault. Actually, we already created our BitLocker policy through the security baseline that we did for ATP, so we're good to go in terms of the configuration for BitLocker. So now we'll create a policy for macOS as well. You'll see the settings that you can enable here. So we'll turn on File Vault. Click Next. And we'll come back to assignments a little bit later in the demos. And at this point, we've created a configuration for BitLocker as well, or excuse me, for File Vault as well. Now, one of the common scenarios that happens when you're using disk encryption solutions like BitLocker and File Vault is that a user will try to boot a device and find out that they need to recover the volume. And to do that, they need a recovery key. So let's show you some of the experiences we built around key recovery as well for these things. So we're back in our troubleshooting blade. Scott has searched for June. You can see that in the list for June's devices, there is a Mac Mini, and there's also a Windows device. We'll just click on one of those. Start with the Mac Mini. So under the report for the Mac Mini, we have a new key recovery option, and if we click the key recovery button, what will come up is the File Vault key for recovery that you need, and that can be just communicated or sent when June is talking with Help Desk. We'll show a similar thing now for BitLocker. If we go to the Windows device that June had, you'll see we have the very same recovery keys option. If you click on one of those keys, you can copy it. But one of the options that you get with BitLocker as well is the ability to rotate those keys. So if we go back kind of to the top level menu for the device, you'll see there's a BitLocker key rotation option. It throws up this message asking if you want to rotate the key, and if you say yes to that, it generates a new recovery key and rotates in the new one and rotates out the old one. So pretty comprehensive set, again, of encryption management capabilities built natively into Microsoft Endpoint Manager and available both to your Config Manager managed devices as well as your Intune managed devices. Okay, before we go to my last demo, we'll take one more run at our Wi-Fi here with Terrell and let her run through it. Yeah, here you go.
Can everyone hear me? Wonderful. So we are going to switch over, as when we lost connectivity earlier on, I was sharing with you about user enrollment and the importance of using user enrollment with app protection policies. So let's take a look at that experience now. We should be on 7. Perfect. Oh, look, you can see. Okay, so this device is not enrolled for management right now. I've downloaded Outlook from the App Store, and I'm going to configure it to get access to my work email. So I'm adding that account, and I need to authenticate. So I switch over to the Authenticator app. I'm going to enter in my password, and Scott's going to do me a favor and blank that out for a sec while I get that done. All right, Scott, we're live. And as you can see, I'm prompted to enroll my device. Now, the experience that Intune has created, we actually give you the option of providing choices to your end user. Excuse me. So it opens up into the company portal, which is going to walk the end user through the enrollment experience. And you can see it's going to give us a checklist of the different steps. So I'm going to click Begin. And in this case, the IT organization has given the end user the choice. Do they want to enroll this device as a corporate procured device or as a personal device? And I'm going to select that I own this device. This is my personal device. And then I get the option of, do I want to enroll the full device for management using device enrollment, or do I want to use user enrollment, which will only protect the work apps on this device? So I'm going to select that option and click Next and Continue. Now what I'm viewing is the privacy information, where Intune displays what end users can and, what the IT department can and can't do to your device. And you'll notice that this is now customizable, and I flew in from Boston, so apparently I'm not allowed to root for Tom Brady or the Patriots. So my IT department wants to let me know that. But they don't know what they're talking about. So the next step is that I need to download the management profile. Now you'll remember with an earlier update earlier this year of iOS, the downloading the management profile is now a manual step. This is required by the platform. So we do our best with Endpoint Manager to walk the end user through that process. So I'll click Allow to download the profile. And then what I need to do is switch over to settings and complete the profile installation. This is a new page with user enrollment. You'll see that this is much more streamlined. It's one page that shows you your organization name as well as the detailed information about what's going to happen on the device. I'll click enroll. I'm going to enter in my passcode. And then I'm going to sign in. So what is happening now is, you'll recall I signed in earlier, but this sign in, what I'm doing is, if we switch over while I enter in my password again, because we know that people in the audience like to play tricks on us. So what is actually happening here is that we're federating the Azure Active Directory account with your Apple ID. And what this is going to allow, this is brand new capability, what this is going to allow is a single sign-on experience across the Apple and the Microsoft services on the device. So we're signing in. It takes a few minutes because, like I said, we're doing, well, not a few minutes, a few seconds, but it takes a couple of seconds to do that federation. And then once that's complete, then you'll see that enrollment is successful, and I switch back over to the company portal experience. And at this point, it's going to confirm that my device settings are downloaded, and I'll be complete with my enrollment. So, oh, thanks, Scott. So let's switch over to the slides. Great. There's a drill down session tomorrow to learn more about iOS and iPadOS, and there's also a drill down on macOS if you have questions about that on Thursday. So let's talk a bit about app protection policies now. For quite a while, Intune has had the support to do mobile threat defense. I'm talking raspy. Intune has had the capability to do mobile threat defense integration as long as the devices were enrolled for management. Excuse me. But we've recently enabled the capability to where you can use your mobile threat defense solution without enrolling the full device for management. This gives you an extra layer of protection for those devices where you only want to protect your corporate apps and data on a personally owned device. So let me show you what that experience looks like. We're going to switch over to 8. Great. Okay, so this is an Android device. It is not, the device is not enrolled for management, but it is being protected using Intune app protection policies. You'll see that I've tried to access my corporate email, but I'm blocked from accessing it because it fails to meet the security level that my organization has set. My organization is using Lookout for Work as our MTD solution. And when I open that up, it tells me more details about what is the risk that's been identified on my device. And in this case, guilty as charged, I installed a version of WhatsApp that hasn't been approved by my IT organization. There's a policy on this device that restricts me from using anything that hasn't been downloaded through the Google Play. So I'm going to click on that, and the recommendation from Lookout is that I uninstall it. So I'm going to be a good end user and follow directions, and I'll uninstall that app. You can see that now Lookout says that no issues have been found and I'm in good shape. So I'm going to switch back over to Outlook and recheck the status. And at this point, what's happening is we're connecting up to the Intune service, which is collecting data from Lookout to confirm the compliance data and whether or not we can give you access to your email. And at this point now, it's asking for our app PIN, which means that app protection policies have kicked in, and I'm in good shape. I can see my email. Great. So the next thing I'd like to share with you is some information about Edge. There have been a number of announcements about Edge at Ignite thus far, and we firmly believe that Edge is the best browsing experience for the enterprise. It has both a delightful end user experience for your end users, as well as extensive security and management capabilities for your IT organization. The best part about Edge is similar to our Office applications. We create a clean line, a clean separation between work browsing and personal browsing. And I'm going to show you that experience on a mobile device now. Yes. Great. Okay. So I'm going to enter in my PIN. And this device is only being protected by app protection policies right now. And I've installed Outlook, Edge, and the new Office app, which combines Word, Excel, PowerPoint into one experience. I'm opening up a corporate document, and within this document there are two links. The first link is a URL to SharePoint.com that my IT organization has designated as a work domain. And the second URL is to the Wall Street Journal, which my IT organization hasn't declared as a work domain. And so you'll see how the experience is different in Edge depending on how these URLs are configured. So I'm clicking on the SharePoint link. And it opens up into Edge using my work account. So this will load up. You saw that I was required to PIN into the app. That's because app protection policies are enacted. And it looks like our Wi-Fi is a little slow, so SharePoint.com is going a little slow for me. Here we are. This is my organization's homepage. If I click up on the top left, you can see the two different accounts that I have available. One is my work account, one is my personal account. The work account is designated with a briefcase. So now I'm going to switch back to the Office app, and I'm going to click on the other link. And it's asking me would I like to switch accounts to my Outlook.com account. And what you're seeing now is a bug. So you'll probably notice that the icon has the briefcase. That's something we need to get fixed. But it is doing the right thing, at least. And if I click up here on the left, you can see that I am browsing wallstreetjournal.com using my personal account. So now that we've talked about Edge protection and configuration on the mobile and what that experience is like, let's talk a little bit about Edge on the desktop. So Edge is supported for both Windows as well as Mac, and let's use Microsoft Endpoint Manager to get that configured. So we're going into Apps. We're going to add Edge for Mac, which is in preview. We need to give it a name and a description, and then we'll click OK. And it's as simple as that. Next, what we're going to do is we'll have Scott switch over and show you some more detailed configuration options that you have with Windows. Oh, I forgot to show you this. Oh, this will make more sense when you get to Windows, but you can declare your channel. So in this case, we're in beta for Mac Edge. And you'll see what I mean when we switch over and we talk about Windows. You get some additional options depending on what release channels are available. So now we're going to switch over to Windows. We're going to create the app. We'll give it a name and a description. Descriptions are important. It's an awesome browser. It is, especially with the new Chromium-based browsing. Okay, so this is where you see with Windows, I can choose between beta and dev as the different channels that are available. And you can configure that. We're also going to show you how you can do some more detailed configuration on Windows. So going to configuration profiles, create a new profile. We're going to create it for Edge on Windows 10 and later using administrative templates. And you'll notice that there are a lot of settings available when this populates. So back to the point of we think that this is the most manageable browser, you can configure it to do anything you want. In this case, we're going to provide a custom home screen for all of our users on Windows, and we'll just set that to contoso.com. And click OK. Great. So if you'd like to learn more about Mobile Edge or Edge Desktop, we encourage you to attend the breakout sessions that are both on Wednesday as well as on Friday. And with that, what we're going to do is switch it back to Paul to wrap up the session and show you how we can bring all of this together.
Great. Thanks, Terrell. So over the course of part 1 and part 2, we have created a lot of content, done a lot of demos. We have one final demo to show, and I'll have to skip through the ones that we did earlier, which is policy sets. Policy sets is the ability to bring together a collection of apps, profiles, policy settings, put them into a package, and assign them one time. So a traditional sort of admin flow for Intune would have been create object, assign, create object, assign, create object, assign. This gives you the ability to create all of your content, put it into standard configurations, assign the standard configuration one time. Later, if you want to update the standard configuration to change something, add, remove it, you can do it once inside the policy set, and all the assignments get taken care of for you. So to show you this experience, Scott will take us back to the Endpoint Manager Admin Center and click on Policy Sets. We're going to create a new one. So this policy set, you could think of everything we've been demoing so far. Maybe that's our standard configuration for US employees. So he's giving it the name US employees. Click Next. I won't give the full play-by-play talk through, but Scott's going to go through and add a bunch of the objects that we've been creating over the 2 sessions this morning. You can see now we're adding our device configuration profiles. There's our delivery optimization one from part 1, our file vault from part 2. The enrollment we can just skip through in the interest of time. But when you're done then, you could then decide which groups does this whole collection of policy and apps go to together. And for that, we'll go to the US employees group, click select, and when we're done, we say next and create. That now creates the policy set, which is the collection of all those things, assigns it once out to that group. Everything's consistently assigned together as an atomic unit. If we then click back into the policy set, you can see here are all the things that we just added to it. We could change the configuration, we could update it, we can add things to it, no problem. It's this great reentrant thing. Once you have this concept of a policy set now, we can do even cooler things because there are end-to-end scenarios that you want to configure for your environment that pull together lots of content in the console. So we have this new concept we call guided scenarios where we help walk you through an end-to-end deployment. And under the covers, what we're going to do is create all the management objects that you need to enable the scenario, and we're going to put them into a policy set. So you can go through a wizard experience to be guided on how to do the scenario, and the result is a policy set that you can go modify. So in this case, we have 3 that we've started with. There are more coming in coming months. This one is to secure Office mobile apps. It needs to create an app protection policy for iOS and Android, maybe a couple other things. So we start with, we enter a prefix now, instead of a name for it, because we're going to create multiple management objects. We give a prefix now to those names so that we can then go find those easily later. So we'll put Ignite as our prefix. We're recommending here are some of the apps that you can start with to do app protection policy. You can add to those by seeing anything that's Intune Enlightened in the list, but we'll just select the defaults there. Here you can see a subset of what the app protection policy provides. So again, this guided scenario is for sort of getting you started. If you have admins that haven't played with this tool before, want to understand how these things work, we'll just give a subset of all the options available here. We can, for example, mess with the pin length. When we're done, we'll click Next. And we'll assign then to a group here as well. We can just assign to that same US employees group or any other group in the directory. When we're done now, we'll hit create. And underneath the covers, again, an app protection policy for iOS gets created, one for Android gets created, and they all get put into this Ignite policy set. You can then go into these things and individually edit them. If you want to add new settings to your policy, to your app protection policy, you have full access to everything that's available there. But we think this is a really great way to sort of give an experience, again, to new admins, to admins that have more of a generalist role and aren't specialists in the space, and get you up and running on a given scenario with a guided experience around that. So with that, we've taken you through many enhancements in Microsoft Endpoint Manager that we're announcing at the conference. Hopefully you've seen something that interests you and that you can find a great breakout for. We are very excited to bring this to market. We think this is going to be pretty game-changing, and we appreciate you spending the time with us this morning. Thank you very much.